Boys and girls, settle down, because today I want to talk about a true inspiration, a real shooter, if you will, a humble man that earned everything he has ever worked for on. I can't keep this up. It's not like you fucking understand sarcasm anyway. This guy's a prick. Hey guys, my name's Puck, in case you weren't aware, and today I'm going to be talking about the small YouTuber, but he's bigger than me, so I can punch up and it's still okay. What I think. No, not that one. Not that one either. Still, no, wrong one. No, this one. This one. I'm talking about this one. Now, he's more commonly known on Reddit as the Holy Key 7. I promise his Reddit is going to be very important later. Bear with me. But now, you might be asking yourself, who the fuck is this guy? Well, to give you the short answer, he's an egotistical bloke who, ironically, doesn't understand sarcasm. Now, I'm just going to go through some extra evidence at the end of the video, or towards the end of the video, that he's been committing some YouTube misconduct. But first, I want to look through this video right here. What I think about having 100 subscribers. Because, fuck me, he looks like a cunt in it, and somehow he hasn't clocked it, and it's been out for a while.
The first significant milestone in any YouTuber's career, the number every 5-year-old should be able to count to.
Okay, first of all, mate, what kind of school did you go to that they taught you how to count to fucking 100 in nursery? I could barely spell my own name and was busy shoving crayons up my nose at that point. Not learning how to count to fucking 52. Or whatever. 100. Same thing.
This is what I think about having 100 subs.
Another day closer to being dead.
All videos created are explicitly my opinion. I am entitled to my opinion, and if you are butthurt by my opinion, then I don't care. If you want to express your opinion, then comment below.
Oh my, that is the most edgy B-Tech I hate everything intro I have ever seen. B-Tech I hate everything doesn't work as a nickname though. I'll think of one by the end of the video, I promise, but now we're just going to call him Bill. Okay, so my first issue with Bill is this right here.
Flashback to 2 weeks ago. I had made about 3 videos, struggled my way up to 55 subs. It was already 1 AM and it was time for bed. But somehow I had almost 500 views when I woke up, and almost 120 subs.
Now, the 56, 3 weeks, perfectly fine. It's more than double what I got in that amount of time. You know, he does religiously spam his stuff on Reddit, so, you know, people would click on his shit multiple times, most likely without knowing. But sub count isn't something you double overnight. That's not how YouTube growth works, at least without the help of outside sources, like, for example, subbotting.
It's on about 800.
And yes, I saw that hashtag worded as well. Don't worry, I'll talk about it later, I promise.
I see a lot of other startups that aren't on what I'm on, and I do spend a lot of time on my videos in the hope that I'll be noticed, and it seems to be paying off.
This is another big issue I have with Mr. Bill right here. He started making content on YouTube for all the wrong reasons. Now, just to give a moral comparison. Personally, I started making YouTube content back in 2012 as a bored 8-year-old for 2 main reasons. I was a bored child, and I wanted to make people laugh. Now, I've had a fair few bumps on the road since. I've gone through a handful of different channels and screen names, but my reasons for making content have always been the same. I like to entertain people, I like making people laugh, and I get bored, so making content is something that can fill all those holes, if you will. I'm not bored doing it, and when it's done, if I get at least one like, one kind of positive feedback, you know, I'm content with it. Getting rich and famous has never been why I've been on this site. Sure, I've probably said it when I was a little kid, back in like 2013 or whatever, when I was just trying to, you know, be a YouTuber for a full-time job like everyone else. I don't want that anymore. You know, that was a kid just saying things. It's like how when you were a little kid, oh, I want to be a footballer. I want to be an astronaut. I wanted to be a YouTuber. Bill is only doing it for the notoriety.
Fantastic.
Worship me or be enslaved!
And that's entirely the wrong reasons you should be on this site. The point of YouTube way back in 2012 was to broadcast yourself. Now, I feel like the company has lost eyes on that goal, in my own opinion. But that's besides the point. People shouldn't be getting onto this site for the money. And when they say things like,
And I still can't put ads on my videos and make money off you guys.
it shows how self-obsessed with fame and fortune you are. And YouTube has enough of these pricks around already. And the fact that you think
which really sucks.
that you can't monetize your content and get money from your,
You're like my little minions joining me on my journey.
as you call them. Why the fuck are you calling them little minions anyway? Am I screwing up the fucking Gru or something and not know about it? Wait. Gru. What Gru thinks is Gru now. His channel's What Gru Thinks. Yes. I'll get sued for that. Why not? Now this is the end of this video. It's really short, 3 minutes. I still have a lot more to say if you look at the time bar. You could call this last part of the video an expose if you would let me. Now I'm about to get pretty wordy, so if you're not cool with that, perfectly fine. Bye. See ya. Have a good day. Now I make commentary videos. He just kind of makes general kind of stuff, but our content is pretty similar. In terms of style, our content is pretty similar, even though we make different types of videos. So what I'm going to show you on screen now is both of our lifetime growth through Social Blade. Now, we've both been uploading once a week for about a month period of time. First, I'm showing you my stats. These graphs show my growth since my first video on the Rewired Soul up until now. And you can see how rocky it is, with me still being in the startup phase, but aside from my views per month, which have gone down incredibly since that Rewired Soul video, which did surprisingly well because it was a talks about topic, which is why that video got over 200 views. Everything else on my channel has been slowly going up, then hitting a baseline, then going up and hitting a baseline. Now I want you to look at the growth from his channel, from his first video in Apex Legends, which dropped the same week as my Rewired Soul video. You see the sharp jolt up? In a day, he has a sharp sub jump, more than doubling his starting point before hitting a new baseline. And now being on the average +2 sub growth weeks for channels his size. Now I'm in a Discord group with a bunch of really nice fellow small creators. Top link in the description. Nice community when me and other people are being dicks. Sorry for that. And we collectively, using this stat and just his sub growth and how he talks about it, came to the conclusion that he was subbotting. Quick tangent, there's a good brother in that Discord who helped out a lot for this video. He dropped me a bunch of screenshots and whatnot. Big thanks to him. He actually asked to remain anonymous because what I think is tried to get his channel taken down for talking shit about him, which isn't cool, and it isn't, that's kind of breaking YouTube terms of service itself. You can't just get someone's channel taken down because they talk shit about you. But yeah, he has to remain anonymous because he doesn't want that to happen. So, thanks to him. And you don't know who it is because I'm not fucking saying his name. Now, Gru has been saying this whole time that he doesn't know what subbotting is, and he didn't know physically what it was before people started calling him out for it. Which we had no way to prove. So, pretty fair. I want to thank Anonymous for giving me this, because this screenshot right here shows him using r/YouTube startups.
Small YouTube channels.
Now, he posts his stuff in there a lot. All of his stuff. So we went through, and Anonymous found his Reddit account, the Holy Key 7. And like I said, he's been posting his stuff on Reddit. Nothing wrong with that at all. I post my stuff on Reddit sometimes. But I decided to do a little bit of digging through his account. Anonymous did a little bit more. But aside from just how cancerous and spammy it is, to his credit, there's no proof of him subbotting. Maybe he didn't actually know what subbotting was before we called him out for it. I have zero proof he bought any kinds of his videos, so for that, I'm going to apologize, because there's no proof. I'm not going to sit here and say he did it. I'm not going to slander him. Did, however, find that he'd been posting in r/sub for sub, which is just as bad. Now, for those of you who may not know, sub for sub is actually against YouTube's terms of service, just like botting is. What makes the fact he's doing sub for sub even better, though, is that in his video about gaining subscribers, he says sub for sub isn't the way to go, and that he doesn't agree with it. So congrats, Gru. You wanted to be a YouTuber for the fame and the riches that come with it. You might not be famous, and you might be skint as piss for all I know, but you've done one thing right, and that's lie to your audience. Fuck up. Congratulations. Now, this is going to be a little bit of background on me. I took a public speaking class in school. And in that public speaking class, it was around the time of Brexit, so we were doing, discussions, politics stuff. And my teacher taught me a very specific and valuable lesson. And it was this. When someone is being accused of something, and they're rapidly denying it, it's likely that they didn't actually do it. But if they're rapidly denying it at all costs, and removing any hint of it anywhere, they did something similar. So what you want to do is accuse them of doing the thing that everyone is saying they did, and things that are very similar. And when you do that, they'll reply to the one that they didn't actually do, but completely ignore what they're doing that's breaking terms of service. Now, being the lying bastard I am, I got in direct touch with what I think through Discord. I dropped him this message right here, saying that I'm making a YouTube video on the struggles socially of being a startup content creator, and how easily it is for people to get jealous of your small success. And I said that seeing the people who are accusing him of subbotting and sub for sub, and that he's breaking terms of service, I wanted a quote from him. He gave me that quote, where he falsely denies getting subbotted. He didn't subbot at all, which again I think is true, in all honesty. But using my teacher's quote of offer them the thing they were being accused of the most and something similar, they will ignore the thing that's similar because they've actually done it. Not once does he mention sub for sub. Now, you may not agree with that train of thought. It is a psychological trick or whatever, something like that, pretty much to make someone admit something. You got some answers to make, Gru. You've lied to your followers, because I believe you have some followers. You have at least 50. You've lied to them. You kind of need to acknowledge that and apologize for it. Now, lastly, all I'm going to talk about you, Gru, is if all you care about is money, go somewhere else. Because I guarantee you will fall flat on your face if you're only trying to get cash here. That's not what YouTube is for these days. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. It was actually a lot of fun to make. If you like what I'm doing here, drop a sub and a like, especially if I failed expectations because I'm completely unoriginal. Please, if you see this, don't harass or try to contact what Gru thinks in any way. It's unneeded and frankly makes you worse than he is. It's time for me to head off now, so hopefully I'll see you back here soon. Puck.